What's your name?
My name is Ikuko. Last name is Hasi. I'm married to the Americans, but I born in Japan. I raised in Japan. I got married to 1965 in Japan and come to the United States in 1966. And I got my American citizen in 1968, 3 years later. Then I went back to Japan because my husband was in service. So, okay, and what's your name?
My name is Vanessa Garcia.
Oh, okay.
I'm 12 years old.
12 years old, okay. All right, now what's your name?
My name is Diana Croft, 11, and I am 13 years old.
13 years old, okay. Okay, how about your name?
My name is Erika, I'm 12 years old.
12 years old. Oh, okay, so you all want to learn a little bit about Japan, right? Okay, now, did you know where Japan is?
I guess the one is
Yeah, talking, yeah. Okay, Japan made lots of small country. You know what size altogether? They made 4 islands in Japan. I mean, it comes up, okay, it's northern Hokkaido. That's a big island. Okay, then Honshu Island. That is the biggest one's island. And the Shikoku Island, that's a small. And then they do have a Kyushu Island. And now they back to the Okinawa. So it's actually 5 islands. Okay, all together. Size of the United States, all together in Japan, size of the states of California. Little bigger than the California. That's all small country. But you know how many people living in there? 127.6 million people. That means big, big populations in Japan. Okay. Did you know anything about Japan a little bit? No? Okay, now that is okay, now when you go to Japan, you usually takes 23 hours. Actually, because it's a daylight change lines after the Hawaii. So it's a 9-hour, 10-hour difference. So actually, you usually cross the oceans and Pacific Oceans. And that means 13-hour flight from West Coast to Japan, to the East Coast in Japan, 13 hours. Okay, and then wherever you go into the directions, you usually take a train. Japan's transportation, they usually lots of trains. It's a perfect riding, and it's on the time to time. They don't make mistake any on the time. When you come on the trains, it's right on time. When they go out the trains, go on the right times and come to the next station. That's what they use for most people for the train. But they still use the bus and also the transportation for the car, trucks, and also the bicycle. And Japan's students use a lot of bicycle to the school. And they have a bunch of nice bicycles area you can store in the schools, okay?
How long have you lived here?
Huh?
How long have you lived in Japan?
Well, I lived in Japan to the 34 years in Japan, yeah. But I grown up in the war times. Japan had a war, World War II war. That's what I grown up. That was a rough time in Japan. But now it's so peaceful. People are so friendly and honest. Very honest in Japanese people. I can tell you that, yeah. And students, they study so hard. In summertime, you know, United States summer vacation is almost 2.5 to 3 months. But Japan's only about 30 months and 30 days. And after that, even summer vacation time, they go to the private schools and private facility to study, to make sure keep up all their homework. Yeah. So, and sports, is you interested on the sports?
No, but I would like to ask you a question.
Yes, sure.
What do
Okay.
you think about the fashion called cosplay?
Say it again.
Cosplay.
Cosplay.
It's like a new style that's been used in Japan. Would you like to more about it?
Yes.
Cosplay is like this type of fashion that teenagers use. It's like they like have long hair and they paint it like the specific color, and their dressing is like however they want to dress, like sort of the color like the Western hair.
That is actually young people's, maybe it's after the school, after graduated schools. In Japan's school system is very strict, and they use a uniform. Most school is uniform, so you don't have to choose it, clothes, anything, okay? And but yeah, now young people right now is they change the hair colors, they do a lot of fashion types of the clothes. They use high heels and everything else. But those are all actually after the teenagers. Yes. So in the school kids, they are strict to the uniform in the school, and after that, they do a lot of things is a study. So they don't have dressed up like other young peoples. No, yeah. And the school is they all wear the school clothes, school uniforms. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have any questions?
What was the fashion like when you were growing up?
What is the fashions?
Your fashion when you were growing up?
Growing up? See, I've grown up in the wartime, actually. Yeah. So I'm old. I'm 80 years old now. Yeah. So I don't have too much choice. You know, all the governments talking about the war, that's all. But but the fashion was, okay, after the high schools, and okay, war was finished. But all others, yeah, I was grown up I like to study English. So I went to the special private school for the English, and I studied for the typing. And so a lot of people going to the different ways, yeah. But fashion was not much choice of, Japan was poor that time, right after the war, yeah. So I don't have too much, but clothes and stuff, you just have to get it what you have, yeah. And so just too much, right now is Japan's no wars. After the war, it's 60 years after the war. So, and they can study a lot of stuff, and the young people was really changing the generations. Yeah, it's more like a westernized. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I have another question.
Yes, sure.
I'm forgetting.
Just take a time.
For daily laws or fashion?
Fashion. Oh yes, they are very, especially with young people. But not the school kids. Yeah, they are strict on very traditional way to their days, like a uniform, and they have a special occasions where they dressed up the different ways. Yeah, like a Children's Day, and 753 years children's special celebration times. And then, after graduate, 21 years old, they had a big celebration for any girls and boys, yeah, for the grown up to the olive sections, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, how did you get it to make it here, to keep it here?
Oh, okay. How I get to the United States? Is that what you want? Okay, I was after the school I finished. After high schools, I went to the private school and trying to learn a little bit English and also the typing and English. I mean typing of the English and trying to get a good job. So I went to the schools, and after the year and a half, I graduated the school, and then I got the job for some construction company. They working for the American government, and I had a chance to study my typing and contract helpers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I worked for that company for about 3 years. And then I changed to working to the American base. They still have a lot of American base after the 60 years. A lot of American base in Japan. But they have lots of the Japanese employees. Just like over here on the base somewhere. And they have a lot of civilian workers. That's what they was. Japanese government's supply for the American government for the working conditions. Yeah. So and I found a job for the exchange, like clothings, jewelry, all like a supermarket. Not a supermarket, but it's like we call exchange store. That's what I used to work. And I used to work for the administration's office and for typing. And also I worked for the accounting sections for the calculators, all the machines. Yeah, so, and then I met my husband's next building. He was in the next building of our building, where I work. And so we met it, and after about years, and we got married. So I stay in a dormitory, yeah, on the base, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I came to the United States after we got married, and I 65, and I came to the United States in 1966. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That's a long story, isn't it? Yeah. So, someday you want to go to Japan? Okay, that's a beautiful country. You know, I can show you the pictures. Yeah, what Japan looks like. And Japan is school kids are very very involved on the sports, baseball, gymnastics, and all kind of facility. They are very involved, and also schoolwork, hard schoolwork, everyday homework, just like over here in the United States. Yeah, but like sometimes they do. Now what they wear, yeah, okay, that's a traditional kimono. Yeah, that's me, probably about 20 years ago. This month, yeah. Mm-hmm. That was in the Robbins, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now you can see this one. She's a book. And Japan is such a small country. Wherever you go, it's a clean city. You'll be so surprised. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now trees, Japan's trees, famous tree is a cherry blossom. You see on a lot on the TVs, you know, Washington D.C., cherry blossom queens and stuff like that, yeah. and they do beautiful cherry blossom green like this, okay? Yeah. Yes, pretty. It's not longer, but 7 days. It's all prayer hours, yeah. And so this is a, now you can tell this is a food they like to eat, traditional food. I think you heard about the sushi. Sushi, right? Yeah. Raw fish, and it's not only raw fish, they fix the different ways too. Eggs and also shrimps, all kind of, that's a famous traditional Japanese cooking style, yeah. Okay. So this is the sushi, okay? Yeah. It's a lot of, yeah, lot of different,
Do you know how to talk in Japan? Like, is it normal from here?
yes, yes. I'm still talking Japanese with a lot of friends, okay? And, okay, how do you say? Can you say hello? H-A-L-L-O, hello. That means konnichiwa. You want to write down? Oh, you don't have a pen. Yeah. Konnichiwa. Yeah, konnichiwa. It's a hello. And thank you. Thank you is arigato. And thank you, arigato. Yeah. And konbanwa is good evening. And konbanwa. Konbanwa, yeah. Okay, and also you're talking about the, okay, more word is very simple ones is arigato, konbanwa, and konnichiwa is means hello. If you see somebody, say hello and say konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, yeah. That's the usually they use on the daytime. Also, whenever you see somebody, you can just say friendly konnichiwa. Yeah, that means hello. Yeah. Okay. And okay, so counting is very easy. Wait till you can see. Ichi. Ichi is number is 1. It's ichi. Usually ichi, you know. Scratch ichi so bad, yeah. And so that's ichi. That means number 1. Yeah, 1. Okay, 2 is a knee. That's your feet knee. So that's they call knee. Is 2. Okay, 3 is the sun. Sun is you see it on the sky. Sun. S-U-N. Sun. That means sun. 3. Yeah. Yeah. And C. C is you can see all outside. SCC. C. That means 4. Yeah. So that's why it's easy to okay. How you say 1? Ichi. Yeah. How you say 2? Ni. How you say 3? Sun. Sun. Yeah. And C is see the outside. Yeah. C. Yeah. And yeah, it's pretty easy, you know. And counting all that, and also the I was going to. If you have any more questions, you know, I can take more questions first. Yeah.
Well, I'm done. I don't know about you, so I'm good with the questions.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what about you? You have any questions? No.
Well, she was asking one more question. Were you ever a fashion designer?
I have a what?
Or were you ever a fashion designer?
Fashion designers, no. Japan's got a lot of fashions. Yeah, it looks like I come up from Italy, you know. Yeah, they are the young people. Now, I was so tiny, but after the war, a lot of Westerns came in to the Japan. And also the Japanese people very tall. And all the fresh fashions, they slim too, yes. And the Japanese peoples, now you see the any place, you can see the McDonald's. When I went to Japan, 2004, and my daughter and husband was with her, and so we get off the train and subway, and we was walking to the house, my sister's house, which Tokyo area, which is where we stayed at when we was in Japan, and we can't find my daughter and the husband. So I said, where are they going? I said, oh, they come back. Yeah, so we just went home. And about a couple hours later, and they came home, so I said, where you been? Oh, we went to McDonald's. So they was hungry on the McDonald's French fries. So that was so funny, you know, yeah, because so it's you can see that in Japan, so you see a lot of places on the McDonald's, and also the what they call Kentucky Fried Chickens, yes, and lots of Western cooking, you know, restaurants and French restaurants, Italian restaurants. You see anything, and Spanish, you know, yeah, and the Chinese restaurants. Most of food you can eat in Japan, okay. And also transportations, it's a very important in Japan. It's transportations, you heard that bullet train, very fast trains. And in Japan, they discovered that one for the years and years and years ago, you know. And I think next year they're going to have a new one coming out too, yes. 300, some kind of huge on the speed. Yeah, so it will be coming up next year, I think so, yeah. And also Japan's got a lot of technical stuff in the engineer stuff is a very high quality. Like a Sony TV, that is come from Japan, actually original. That was Japan's, yeah. And also the Toyota, you see the Toyota, yeah. Nissan, you know, all kind of vehicles now they make in Japan now also. And it's in the road, it's not like a highway, it's not like a United States, but they do have a highway. It's all through Japan. And the speed is not the 70 miles an hour, you know, but it's always too much traffic, so it's tie them up all the highway too. But most people use for the subways, most transportations in there is a subway. Most people use a subway. Now, they use the subways under the ground. It's only one way, one floors under the ground. Now they have two steps on the subway. So that means two-way in the ground, under the ground. So when you go subways, you have to go this way, and then you have to go under there, more unders, you know, one step down to take another subway. Yeah, it's subways all over United States. And now, it's the last things I want to tell you about. Japan had 3.5 years ago, they had an earthquake. Japan's always shake. Japan's, what they call it, geographic is very unstable. So they had 3.5 years ago, they had a big earthquake in northern Japan, Fukushima. And then after that, right after that, they have a tsunami. As a high wave wash off the all, most of beach side of the housing, stuff like that. They lost a lot of people, 50,000 people they lost, yes, in Japan. Still some of it is not discovered. Now you see that sometime news, long time ago, last years, I saw the news on some boats wash off to the all way Pacific Ocean to the United States, Canada. And that was boat come from Japan, from earthquake. Yeah. So, but still a discovery, still is, and also nuclear plant is shake up so bad. So it's still, it's all terminated right there, but that is most of things happen in Japan. Yes. But they still discovery. And a lot of Americans then went down there went to the Japan and helped. Some people still stay there and help to the Americans, yeah, all over the world, yeah. So it's a sad story, was Japan. And the 2020, they just board for the Olympic. Japan's gonna have Olympic in Japan. I mean, not Japan, the whole world, Olympic in Japan's 2020. They got a award from that Japan. So if you grown up, yeah, you can go to Japan to see the Olympic. Yeah. Yeah. So welcome to see all this if you want. Okay, that's all English too, so you can see that. Yeah. And this is a lot of pictures on the garden, Japan's garden. Japan's garden started doing for the 1,000 years ago. Start a beautiful garden. They make it, yeah. So you can welcome to, yeah. So it's only things in Japan, just too many people. But most students, they understand English because they started teaching in English in a young age in Japan. But they are so, Japanese personalities are very bashful and they won't speak up. But if you write English, they understand. Yeah, they won't speak up, but yeah, yeah, bashful, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So we call geta. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's kimono, yeah, that's kimono, like that. Yeah, they made it by the silk, usually, yeah. You see that? And then they have to have a tie to go with the kimono. Yeah, that's a fan. Yeah, that's a paper fan, yeah. They make, but very special ways they make. Japan's paper is very expensive because they make like old-time style, and they are traditional papers and just regular papers. Traditional papers is a very special way to make it, and they have to choose the waters in the rivers, stuff like that, and so this is a fan they make on a special way. Yeah, see, obi. That's what the obi, but they decorate, they tie different ways. Yeah. Okay, well, you're welcome, see, okay. I hope you enjoy today's, okay? All right, and so, you live Robbins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. And how about you? You live Robbins? Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you. What'd you say?
Um,
ありがとう。
yeah,
ありがとう。Yeah, yeah. Thank you means ありがとう。Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's good day. Yeah.
Well, arigato.
ありがとう。はい、どういたしまして。That means well, I mean, どういたしまして。Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Something like that. Yeah, you can use that. Yeah.
Okay, well, arigato.
はい。またどうぞ。That means
Stop it.
we do it again.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. またどうぞ。Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.